welcome to another episode of Bree Barely Bakes. Today we're going to be making some sweet potato salad, which has become a quick favorite here in our house. I have already hard-boiled and cut up 12.5 dozen eggs. And
12.5?
Just 12.5 eggs. 12.5 dozen eggs.
12.5, no
a
more.
couple bags of sweet potatoes that we purchased from the store. This is probably more of a party size depending on the amount of people. We've recently been into food prep. Really, our version of food prep is just making one thing that we like a lot of so it lasts us some of the week.
Only some of the week.
Only some of the week.
Oh, by the way, I'm here too.
Oh yeah, Bryson's also here. He's gonna do this with me. Now, I will say that I do not have any exact measurements of any of this stuff. That's never stopped me before. I do know that my 4 ingredients that I usually use here, I may grab a little salt and pepper as well, are Dijon mustard, some sweet relish, a classic yellow mustard, and mayonnaise is the materials that are needed for this construction.
You can make these with regular potatoes, but we just like the sweet potatoes.
But yeah, this is our twist to it.
Yeah.
We prefer the sweet potatoes. I'll show you, I'm gonna make the mixture that all of this is gonna go together before I combine all of these. All right, so we've got some Dijon mustard here. I'm gonna do about that much of it, maybe a little more, like that much.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna do some relish. I do relish this particular task. I'm gonna do not this much. I may do more or less depending. And I've got some classic yellow mustard that I'm gonna add in here. Maybe that much. And
Did you say a spoonful pretty much each?
yeah, I'd say probably about a spoonful of each. And then we'll kind of just add this to our heart's content. I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of salt and pepper as well, because that'll help. Salt. So really, this is truly the barely part of this baking show. We didn't bake any of these ingredients, which just truly falls into the barely category. But I tend to cook a little chaotically, and I taste is what I do. What do you think, Bri?
Yep.
Good?
We're good.
Okay. So we'll add in the eggs that we got going on here. Now we have a special thing with the eggs. We have farm fresh eggs, and if you've ever hard boiled farm fresh eggs, you may know that it is difficult to peel them. And we had several recommendations to boil the water and then place the cold eggs into the water. And we find that it is amazing. It's like night and day being able to peel it without taking any of the eggs with you. We had several recommendations to do this, and we've absolutely loved it.
You can almost take the entire shell off.
We have been very, very happy. Thank you to those that sent in that suggestion, and I'm passing it on to you if you don't know, because that's super awesome. So the next thing I'm going to add here is my onions that I've already cut up and sautéed. I like adding some onions in here. I'm not a huge fan of too many raw onions in this particular dish. That's about 1.5 onions. It's probably the only precise measurement. And then we'll pop this in here, pour that in. We're going to slowly fold all this in together. Now, one of the things that I did do that I try to avoid, but I didn't this time around, sweet potatoes, you know, they get a little mushy when they're cooked. I usually try to pull them out of the water before they become too mushy, so I usually try to pull them off. I didn't do it on these. They're pretty soft. So I'm just gonna be really careful folding all this together, and I will not overdo it. So they hold their shape.
It can become a blend.
It can become mush, which, I mean, it'll taste good. One of the things I did to compensate for the overly boiled sweet potatoes is I chilled them first before peeling them and cutting them up. And the cold helps them maintain their shape through the cutting process, but I have to be kind of careful. I think that's probably good.
You've never had sweet potato salad before, you're missing out.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of sweet potatoes. All right, Bryson, are we ready to taste our creation? Sweet potato salad. Shall we taste it, you and I? Shall we? That's it right there. I'm going in for round 2. Sometimes I add a little bit of sugar, sometimes I don't, but I find that the sweet potatoes, they make it sweet enough for our personal taste. But of course, if you make potato salad, I think you do put usually a little bit of sugar in there. That is it. That is how I make our sweet potato salad. If you have things that you usually add to your potato salad or sweet potato salad, please let me know down in the description what you don't have access to down in the comments. I would really love to hear from you. I'm always a fan of learning new things. Well, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me and Bri, and we will catch you on Friday for the Weekly Peak Show. Bye!
Sneak up here and grab another bowl. Very nice.
If you would like to help us out, you can like this video, share it, subscribe, or support us on Patreon. See the links in the description.